Hey guys, and welcome back to the Pokemon Fab 5. I am your host, Moai Swami, and today I am bringing you guys our Week 11 matchup against the Lindomar, who has replaced Duncan knee-deep in the league. If you don't know why, there's a whole explanation that should be coming. Basically, Duncan it was too much to handle, doing so many different leagues at once, and etc. So, basically, because of the fact that Lindo took over mid-season, he is not eligible for playoffs, despite the fact that they are now 5-5. We are 7-3 and currently are in second place in the division after a heart-wrenching loss to Dan, aka A-Drive, and the Minnesota Vikavolts last week. It hurt my confidence quite a bit the way I played in that matchup, so this is my redemption match. Hopefully we can turn things around. So let's introduce the team real quick and then we'll get into it. We'll start things off with Reptar, the standard Tyranitar that I love in terms of name. It's rocking Crunch, Earthquake, Dragon Tail, and Ice Beam. 252 attack, 252 HP, 212 attack, 44 speed with a boosting nature. We are a Jolly Nature and we're rocking a Choppleberry. So one of the cool things about this Tyranitar is that we have set it up in terms of speed for something very specific that I will get to in a couple minutes. But first and foremost, the Ice Beam to Garchomp does 73.9 to 86.9% if it is no investment. So that's a good way to catch it off guard. And to a Kartana, who, let's say that he wants to go with a Sacred Sword on us, the Ice Beam will do 50 to 59%. I mean, that's solid damage. Plus the Dragon Tail is a good way to stop any potential sweeps. Garchomp using this normal set, if he was at +2 with Outrage, if he was outraging on us, it has a chance to kill, but it's a 50% chance if he's max attack, among other things, but I don't expect that to happen. Dragon Tail is just a cool move to have on there. Ice Beam, Crunch, and Earthquake. So next up we have Itoryu, which stands for One Sword Style because it's a Sword of Justice. Cool nickname in terms of just the fact that Lindo is a huge, huge anime fan. So I thought I would do that reference to One Piece. Rocking Focus Blast, Giga Drain, Calm Mind, HP Ice with a Timid Nature, and it is carrying Phytinium Z. So we have 108 HP EVs, 188 Special Attack EVs, and 212 Speed. The purpose of this set specifically is to outspeed non-Scarf Garchomp at max speed. It is also designed to outspeed Adamant Terrakion at max speed. So I don't want to compete for a speed tie with a max speed Jolly Terrakion. I don't want to have to rely on that. So I'm taking us out of that, adding a little extra bulk, a little extra special attack, and giving us the ability to guarantee what spot we're in terms of turn order. Because if you're relying on a speed tie, it doesn't work out well, and I don't like relying on that. Only reason I'm running Focus Blast is for the Kartana. While a lot of his team is very weak to fighting type attacks, a lot of rock types, Focus Blast specifically nukes the Kartana. Close combat would too, but I don't want to lower my defenses. That's why I'm carrying Calm Mind. And the Phytinium Z is to guarantee a 100% accurate Focus Blast. Even against an Alakazam, which, Alakazams are known for not so much for their bulk. A Z all-out pummeling does 47 to 56% to a standard Alakazam, which, that's crazy. We're going to have to be careful for Xatu and Togetic with this because of its 4x weakness to flying, so if he brings those, we'll keep that in mind. Next up, we have Randall the Kecleon. This is just a fun Kecleon. It's an Assault Vest Kecleon with Drain Punch, Shadow Sneak, Power Up Punch, and Ice Punch. This Kecleon is a direct counter to Togetic for the most part. With Power Up Punch, we can do a lot of things. Actually, it's more of a counter to Xatu because Togetic will outspeed us. But 252 HP, Adamant Nature, 252 attack, 4 special defense, Drain Punch, Shadow Sneak, Power Up Punch, and Ice Punch. This was just a cool set that we could throw together. The Shadow Sneak has a chance to kill Alakazam, which is quite nice. 84 to 101%, it's a small chance. But definitely with a little bit of chip damage, it will be able to take it out. In terms of Garchomp, the Ice Punch will kill it. It will one-shot it. Pretty much guaranteed no matter what. So, unless it is a Yachi Berry, which, if it's a Yachi, it'll do 63 to 75%. So, I can live with that. But either way, Power-Up Punch is just a cool little tech to be able to get some extra damage going and potentially set up a sweet late game. Kecleon is extremely valuable in this matchup. Extremely. Because of the ability to change from a normal type to avoid the fighting type attacks, to hit with the Shadow Sneaks and things like that. Very important. Next up, we have Doffy, our Excadrill. I consider him an underground broker. And that's another One Piece reference that I'm sure he'll get. It is a Choice Scarf Sand Force Excadrill with Earthquake, Iron Head, Brick Break, and Shadow Claw, 196 HP, 252 attack, and 60 speed. The 60 speed means that we will outspeed every Pokemon on his team that is not Scarfed, including Alakazam. I believe that's what we hit, 127 times 1.5, yeah, 190. So that outspeeds everything. And we're rocking Sand Force this time, 196 HP EVs, 252 attack. This is a late game sweeper that we don't need to rely on the sand, but if the sand is up, we're going to hit very hard, because Sand Force makes rock, ground, and steel type attacks do 1.3 times % in Sandstorm. So we get that guaranteed damage off, and Iron Head will do a ton of damage to anything on his team. The Lantern will be a little bit interesting, but we'll see. Next up, we have Hotbox the Rotom. It is rocking a Trick Flame Orb set with Will-O-Wisp, Hidden Power Ice, and Volt Switch. So the Flame Orb is one of my favorite techs to use on a Rotom because of the fact that it can't get burned. So we automatically flip that onto something else, plus we're carrying Will-O-Wisp for other things. 220 HP, 252 defense, 36 speed EVs means that we outspeed max speed Rampardos, unless it is Choice Scarf, because I do not want to get Mold Breakered, Earthquaked yet again. And lastly, we have Mew 1. And this is a cool Mew set, and this is why we have that specific speed on Tyranitar. 84 HP, 180 defense, 164 special attack, 4 special defense, and 76 speed. With this set, under Tailwind, we outspeed everything on his team, even if they're Choice Scarfed. Tyranitar, at 95 speed, will outspeed everything on his team if there is not Choice Scarf under Tailwind. Ice Beam, 100% KOs 4 HP Garchomp, and Aura Sphere one-shots every Kartana, I believe. Let me just double-check that. Mew 1 versus a Kartana. Okay, so it doesn't one-shot every Kartana, but if it is, let's say it's max attack or something like that, it'll KO it. So if it's Assault Vest, it's a clean 2-shot though. So, you know, and Nasty Plot is there as well. So that rounds out the team. In terms of hits that we can take, I think what I wanted to do was make sure that I could take pretty much any hit from anything. Outrage is a 2-shot from Scarf Garchomp against this Mew. Terrakion, which, if that's Choice Scarf, which I doubt, it's like a 3-shot for anything, and Aura Sphere has a shot to 2-hit versus any Terrakion, or any 4 HP Terrakion, etc. So, the last one was Golem, which is always interesting. Golem can't hit us too hard, but if it's a lot of special defense, great. If not, Ice Beam's a 2-shot. So, Mew's important to this match. I think everything is. I think the main reason that we are bringing the Virizion is because of the rock types. You know, it gives us a cleaner switch. Rotom is a defensive wall for the non-rock types, like Kartana, like Garchomp, but for the rock types, Terrakion, etc., I think Virizion is probably a better switch-in. Mew also can withstand those hits as well. So that's the idea. A late-game Tailwind would be really ideal. So now I've kept Lindo waiting long enough. Let's jump into the battle, and let's get this underway, because I am nervous, very nervous, and I want to do well. As an aside, I typically I didn't mention the Alolan Muck or the Lantern because I just don't see both of them coming. I don't think Alolan Muck really does anything to our team, so that's why I didn't even mention it. But as for the other Pokemon, Lantern I could see making an appearance, but Virizion also deals with that very well. So I'm nervous. I am very, very nervous. If I had to guess, it's going to be Garchomp, Alakazam, Lantern, Kartana, Terrakion, and Togetic? No, Xatu. Yeah. Then again, Magic Bounce doesn't benefit him that much. So, let's see. Garchomp, Terrakion, Alakazam, Lantern, Kartana, and Muck. Ooh, he brought... Ooh, wow. Okay. Garchomp, Muck, Alakazam, Lantern, which has Field Day, and Kartana, and Terrakion. Okay, so what do I think the lead's going to be? Rotom gets walled by Lantern. Mew probably is safe, but I'm afraid of the Muck lead. I think I'm going to go with Kecleon as a lead, because that walls Lantern very well. And actually it walls most of his team. Wow, Kecleon is so good in this matchup. My goodness. Let me see Kecleon versus the Kartana. Leaf Blade does a lot, so if he leads Kartana, we're in a little bit of trouble, but we can just go right into Rotom. Terry Crews, that is the Terrakion. Nice. So, this is probably his Rocks lead. First turn, going for a Shadow Sneak. I think. Just to avoid any hit from it. Basically, let's see if it's down to 81%. Go for the Shadow Sneak. Let's see if he goes for a close combat or something. Goes for the Stealth Rocks. Nice. I can live with that. So let's see, at +1, Shadow Sneak does a pretty good amount. But I'm just going to go for the Drain Punch, because nothing on his team wants to take a Drain Punch. Like, go for it, man. Hit me with your best shot. And we'll see what happens here. So, Rocks are very non-important to me, because the only Pokemon on our team that is weak to Rocks is going to be the, whatchamacallit. As he does switch out, and he goes to Jinbei, which is the Lantern. See, I knew it. Let's see how much this does. Is that a 2-shot? It's not, but it's close. I don't want him to scald me. How much does Virizion do to this thing? Say it's Salt-Vested. Not enough. Power-Up Punch should do a good amount, and then at +1, Shadow Sneak could finish it. So, I think I'm going to go for the Power-Up Punch here. I can risk a Scald. Goes for the Volt Switch. Nice. So that's going to do nothing. He was trying to be a little bit too proactive there, But this power-up punch is going to be really nice because if I get this off, then nothing on his team really wants to take a hit. So he goes into mayonnaise, which is probably the muck, right? Yeah. So let's see what this muck takes from this. Okay, so power-up punch did about 20%. That's not even 20%. Is this thing max defenses? It looks like it. So a +1, still not going to do a lot. Randall's really useful, but he could knock off my Assault Vest. I wouldn't want that. Rotom here isn't a bad play. Right, how does Rotom take a hit from this? Decently well. I think I'm going to go on a Rotom. So he stays in. I go into Rotom. I'm probably going to take a knockoff here. As I take Stealth Rock's damage. Goes for the Poison Jab. Okay. Not sure why he goes for the Poison Jab against a fighting type, but he does get the Poison Touch. And now I think I'm going to go for the... If this is Assault Vested, I'm a little scared, but I think I'm going to go for the Trick. Trick or Willow. I'm going to go for the Trick. As he withdraws what comes in. It's going to be Jinbei, which is the Lantern, which I'm okay with. Let's take this item off of it. Let's see what it's rocking. Probably an Assault Vest, right? Yeah. I can live with that. So now this thing can't live too many hits. Let's see. Lantern, which no longer has the Assault Vest, versus Mew. Actually, versus Virizion, which is probably the better idea. Okay, now we can kill it. So let's just get a little chip on it. He might not try to kill us. I think I'm going to go for the HP Ice. Just because I can't go for Will-O-Wisp. I'm rocking an Assault Vest. So he's going to probably just, yeah, he's just going to stay in and take us out. Just a little bit of damage to it. And he's going to Volt Switch. So we're going to get to see what comes in. We actually live, but we're going to die to poison. So, Lantern kills Rotom? I actually think that's more of a Muck. Kills Rotom. But Rotom has its value, but I don't have Overheat, so it's not like it's that important to us. Goes into Terry Crews, which is the Terrakion. Which, again, doesn't scare me. We know it's not Scarfed, so I can go safely into my... yeah, he has nothing that can take an Earthquake. So I'm going to go into my beautiful, beautiful Excadrill. Because there's no point in doing anything else. I know he's not Scarfed. Is Iron Head safer? Probably, because this thing... Let me see. Excadrill, this Excadrill. Let's say he was rocking a Shucca Berry. Let's say he's Shucca. Yeah, that wouldn't kill it. I think I'm going to go for the Iron Head. Knowing Lindo, he's rocking Shucca because I don't trust him. So I'm going for the Iron Head instead, knowing that this will do at least a lot of damage to anything. It should even put the Lantern in KO range. It looks like we're taking this thing out. Yep, down goes Terrakion. So that's a huge threat to our team. Excadrill kills Terrakion, and I don't care that I let him know that we're scarfed, because, I mean, it's fine by me. Like, whatever. Let me see Lantern. Yeah, he could live an Ironhead pretty well. So I'm going to switch out. I'm probably going to go into Virizion here. But based on the rest of his team, Lantern is not important. Muck is still dangerous. Kartana is dangerous, and Garchomp is dangerous. The fact that I locked myself into Ironhead means that I've reduced my damage output, though. So let's say that Muck, which I'm assuming is going to be... yeah, he goes into Lantern. Trying to get some switch initiative, I can tell. I'm going to go into my Virizion here. Actually, Volt Switch is his normal play, right? Virizion versus Alakazam. Say it's sashed. Psychic can't kill us. Psyshock could. I think I'm going to go into Mew. Mew's pretty safe. I don't think Kartana's going to be Assault Vest, by the way. So it goes for a Volt Switch, yeah. So that was pretty expected. That did a little bit of good damage. Mew is down to 115. 61%. Gold D-Roger is the Alakazam. How much could Shadow Ball do to us? Enough. It could do enough. If he's Life Orb. I'm going to threaten it out. I think I'm going to go into Virizion here. No, that's not a smart play. I want him to overpredict. I'm going to go for the Tailwind, I think. Actually, no. Let's make sure we put this into KO range if he doesn't go for the Shadow Ball. Goes for the Taunt. Nice! Fantastic, actually. So we'll see what type of set this is. Oh! Okay. I think this is an opportune time to go into our Virizion here. It's rocking Taunt. He switches out. What comes in? Mayonnaise, the Muck. Okay. Virizion versus Muck. I'm not going to say that this thing's Assault Vested. Let's take that off. I think I'm going to go for the all-out pummeling here. Poison Jab does a lot, and this thing probably has Shadow Sneak. So let's take this thing out. We're not going to kill it, but... based on the damage it did to Rotom, did what, 20% with Poison Jab? Here we go, here's an all-out pummeling Focus Blast into the Muck. So Alakazam is frozen, and it has Taunt. The only thing we know about Lantern is that it has Volt Switch, and that it was Assault Vested. Now it's burned. So that put it into KO range for anything. He goes for the Poison Jab. We'll see how much this does. Should do 74 to 90 as it takes us out. Wow. So that's a lot. That has good attack investment, which is fine by me. That's good information to have. Muck is very slow, so I think the play here is to go into Mew. Let's say this has attack investment, and we go to Shadow Sneak versus Mew. How much does that do? Only 20%. He has to be careful, but nothing on his team wants to deal with us anymore. I want to see what the Excadrill can do to a Kartana before we switch. To a Kartana, Earthquake does 50%. That's a lot. That is a lot. In the sand, how much does it do? 67? Okay. I'm going to go into Excadrill here. But we basically eliminated Muck thanks to the Virizion, as Earthquake will take it out. Oh, so it's Shucka. Well, that doesn't matter. So that all-out pummeling was really important. And now he has a frozen Pokemon, a half Lantern, a Garchomp that is not in a good spot. And the fact that he hasn't brought out Garchomp leads me to believe that he's not Scarfed, and that he's waiting for Sandveil. If he brings it out now, then I don't know what to tell you, but... How can Kecleon take a hit from this, from a Garchomp? Very well, except for Outrage. Samehada, that's the Shark. So, I don't want him to get a Swords Dance off. So, let me see. A Swords Dance would be the worst possible thing here. So if he's Scarfed, he kills us, and that's fine, because I can go into Mew. If not, then whatever. Then we do some good damage. But I'm not about to let him start setting up on me, because I guarantee that, because we're going to outspeed it if it's not Scarfed. It's not Scarfed. And it did just under. And he goes for Substitute! Ooh! Good deal. Let's see, that did 49%. So it could have been a low roll, but I'm assuming this thing has some HP. I have to go for another Earthquake. There's no other solution here. Kecleon's Shadow Sneak couldn't take this thing out, so we're going to say that it's probably either lower attack or lower speed. Probably lower attack, so it can get... so it can outspeed things, but boost with Swords Dance. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake. It'll probably take us out here, but we at least break the Substitute, which is big. Goes for another one. Is that 50% berry? Oh, the Salic Berry raised his speed. Huh. Now that's an awesome set. Garchomp doesn't get hit by sand either. So what I have to do is I have to try to break this. Goes for the Earthquake. It'll take us out. Assume, most likely. Yeah. Okay. So that's a really cool set. We're going to go into Randall here, and we're going to break the substitute, I think. We might. Actually, we probably can't at this range, huh? I think I have to go for a Drain Punch here. Hope we survive an Outrage. He might have us. That's a really cool set. Yeah, Shadow Sneak can't break it. So I have to go for the Drain Punch. It goes for the Earthquake. I should be able to survive. Yeah. Nice. Get a little bit of health back. Actually, that's a good amount of health. And now we can go for a Shadow Sneak and take this out. I'm assuming the Kartana is going to come in after. And that's bad because we can't live anything from it. Does he save the Garchomp here? I don't know why he would. But I have to go for Shadow Sneak. There is no alternative. Okay. Kecleon kills Garchomp. Okay, so he's Alakazam, Lantern, and Kartana. And one is burned, one is frozen. So it's really Kartana versus the rest of my team. Kartana's gonna sweep. I have to go for a Drain Punch here. Can't let him set up a Sword Stance. Goes for the Smart Strike. That should kill us. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I didn't see what just got boosted. Oh, shit. I think I have to go into Mew. I have to hope that it's speed. That's literally my only hope. If it wasn't, he kills us. He might think we're Scarfed, but... maybe he didn't bring Leaf Blade. I don't know why he wouldn't. Down to 114. He's thinking it through. I hope it was attack that got I hope it was speed that got boosted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Here comes the Aura Sphere. And actually, that might end up winning us the battle. Because what I can do now is I can go for a Tailwind. Late game Tailwind. Lantern goes for the Discharge. Trying to slow us down, huh? No paralysis. He was afraid of the Scarf. And now Mew can take out this. He withdrew it. Preserving it, I don't know why. Alakazam's gonna take a fat Aura Sphere. This just gives me time to heal up and boost with Nasty Plot. He's trying to preserve his, let's see, Tailwind. We have 2 turns left. At +2, that thing's dead. But we're putting ourselves outside of his range to kill us. As long as he doesn't unfreeze here, I think we win. Are you shitting me? Are you actually shitting me right now? He unfroze. Still gonna outspeed it. Freeze again. Seismic Toss? What is this? What is this set? He's gonna go for the taunt here. So I'm gonna switch into Tyranitar. Kartana. God, this got so interesting late game. I hate you, Lindo. I hate you so much. I have to go for another Ice Beam. He should outspeed us. But I have to. Goes for the taunt, yeah. I need this thing as healthy as possible, so let's see if this Ice Beam does enough. It should. No crit. Okay. Mew kills Alakazam. So it's Lantern and Kartana left. And he goes back into Gym Bay. I don't get that because I'm definitely faster. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why he did that, because that extra turn of leftovers might have been enough to help me out. 81, that's 43%. If he doesn't have Leaf Blade, I think I kill him. He might be Sash. Light Screen doesn't help because I'm Nasty Plotted. Goes for the Smart Strike. We should be able to live. Take it out! Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. Lindo, why do you do this to my heart? Oh my god. Oh my god. Good game to Lindo. I have to go back and I have to see exactly what he did, what boost he got, but my goodness. Oh, he hit 177? Oh. $177. Okay, so he hit 177. So let's see. 176 probably. Yeah, Smart Strike couldn't have killed us. We win 2-0. We improved to 8-3 on the season, and we have clinched a playoff berth. Good game, Lindo. That was spectacular. A1 team building. Go check him out. He is an absolute monster. He had all-out pummeling, too. Wow, he really was prepared for all... That's crazy. Crazy, crazy game. So the freeze obviously mattered. It changed the way I played a little bit too, but sometimes it's the 10% that gets you through a game. I'm not particularly happy with it, but I'm not going to complain either. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Moonlight Swami, and your Colorado Rapidash are now 8-3. Peace!